Tina here. I've got a nice, easy prenatal class for you, good for any trimester. We're going to open up the side bodies with a lot of side body stretching. I think this is prime real estate, especially as baby is growing. You need that space on the side of the bodies to just take deep breaths and breathe and make space for baby to grow. So if you've got props like blocks or a pregnancy pillow, those will likely come in really handy for you, but you can definitely take class without any props as well. So let's get started. I'll see you on your mat. All right, moms, let's begin in your tabletop hands and knees. We're gonna get right into your breath with some cat-cows. So for alignment, you want your fingers nice and wide. Traditionally, knees are under your hips, but feel free to let the knees go a little wider if that accommodates more space in the hips. With your inhale, allow belly to drop down. Lift your chest, lift your gaze and tailbone. Take a deep breath in. And then with your exhale, do the opposite. Press the mat away from you, tuck the chin, gaze underneath, and really scoop that tailbone down. And then you'll continue with your breath. Inhale and exhale, moving the pelvis, finding some space in the upper back and the spine. Take this movement nice and slow and controlled. Start to link movement with your breath. Take that final round of breath. And then we'll come into your child's pose. So let the hips sink down towards the heels. Now the knees can go a little wider and the forehead down towards the mat. But if you're much later in your pregnancy, you might prefer to stay propped up on your forearms. If you happen to have a block or a prop nearby, you could even prop yourself up on that. Release the low back. Even though this is a resting pose, keep the breath full. And then let's return to the hands and knees. So instead of doing crunches and building those front abdominal muscles, which are completely unimportant during pregnancy, we're going to work those deep, deep transverse abdominal muscles, those muscles you're going to be using for pushing. So what I want you to do is notice in this tabletop how the belly button is likely just wanting to drop down towards the mat. I want you to think about pulling baby a little higher towards your spine and trying to make the back as flat as possible. Hold that and lift that right leg into the air. So that foot is lifted and you're strongly pressing that foot behind you. Keep everything locked in at center. You can stay here or add that left arm out for balance. Try not to let that belly button drop down. Keep pressing the spine a little higher towards the ceiling, and do not forget to breathe. Now let's lower the hand and foot down, but drop the right heel towards center and swing that left shin a little wider. Let's come off that right hand, sweep it up, circle the wrist. And now let's reach that right arm long towards the top end of your mat. Press as much of that right foot down as you can get. And we're opening up that side body in a grounded side angle pose. Look down, Let's turn that right hand down and the right knee in. Now let's come all the way down to the forearms. You can circle the wrists at any time if needed. And we're going to keep the hips stacked. This time let the head go and let the hips rock side to side. And then you can start adding on some circles here. So you can draw the circles one way or the other. Making the circles purposeful with the breath. And then take those circles the other direction. And back to center. Let's climb your way to your hands once again and setting up for that extension on the other side. So we'll start by floating left leg. Strong flex of the ankle. Again, hug baby a little higher. Try to get as flat of a back as you can. Breathe here or the right arm extends out. Now the right arm is facing as if you're shaking somebody's hand, so we're getting a little rotation in the shoulder as well. Look down to keep your balance. Breath is full. And then let's lower the right hand, the left toes, and that left heel at center. Swing the right shin wider. Let's float that left arm up. Circle the wrist. And take the left arm up and over. Nice side body stretch. And then bring it all back down to tabletop. Once more, you'll take it to the forearms. This time a gentle interlace of the fingers out in front of you. Shoulders are over the elbows, so you're fully supported, and those hips stay stacked over the knees. All you're going to do is let the head go, so it's just hanging in space. Let the heart reach down towards the mat, and let go of all abdominal muscles. Just let baby rest in your belly. Very slowly and carefully come back up to your tabletop. And from here, downward facing dog. So those toes flip under, let the hips rise up. Take some movements here, pedaling the feet, swaying the hips. Now let's let the feet walk wider and the hands backwards towards the feet, elbows to the tops of the thighs for your fold. Let the head go. Press the hands to the tops of the thighs to come up halfway. And then you'll come all the way up to standing. So the feet don't have to come close to touch anymore, but you can bring the feet a little closer together. Hands to heart center, we'll get into the shoulders. So let's sweep those arms up, breath in, and then your exhale, hands to heart. 2 more of those. Find your breath as you open up the shoulders. From here, let's let the feet have a comfortable distance. Bend into your knees, and you've got your chair pose. So we're going to reach the arms up. Really feel the weight into the heels. The toes are pretty light here. Basket your hands behind the head and press the head into the hands so the neck is nice and straight. Take a breath in. This is your center. On the exhale, let's tick-tock over towards the left. We're going to keep moving. Inhale, center, and exhale over to the right. And then continue. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale to the right and pause. Let's bring that right hand to your hip and the left arm all the way up overhead. Let's come back to center, hands behind the head, and take that tick-tock left. Left hand to hip, right arm extending, strong legs, just a few more breaths. Both hands behind the head, straighten those legs, extend those arms, and then rest hands at heart center. Feel free to shake it out, move around, and release those muscles. So let's take a walk to the top of your mat. You're going to keep that left foot centered, and the right foot will take a comfortable step back. And then heel toe that foot so the toes are angled kind of towards the long side of the mat. Warrior 2. Bend into that left knee and the arms go wide. Your gaze is going to be over those left fingertips. So anytime you've got this nice bend into a knee, you're getting leg strength, but also that leg strength goes to pelvic floor strength. So we're going to work the strength of the muscles there for a few more breaths. And then inhale, straighten the legs, arms up overhead. Exhale, come back to that warrior 2. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, warrior 2. Again, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, pause in this warrior 2. Now, going into side angle from here, you can rest this left elbow down on the thigh and the right arm is up and over. If you've got a block, you might be able to bring that block down, left hand there. It could also be a stool. That way you're not going quite as deep into the pose. And if you're able, that right arm can reach towards the top end of the mat. Now let's bring that right hand to the hip, left hand to thigh, push yourself up, straighten that leg. So we're going to heel toe this back foot in so that you can step it now to the top of the mat. And we're just going to switch. Left foot, just take a comfortable step back, and then you can heel toe that foot wider, coming into your warrior 2. Bend that front knee. Arms go wide and look over front fingertips. With the breath, Straighten that front leg, palms up overhead, and exhale, warrior two. Nice and smooth movement. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, pause. So we come into your side angle from here. You're either using that same block or the right elbow to your thigh. Left arm reaches straight up. Then you can see about reaching that left arm past the ear, opening up the side body a bit more. Now let's bring that left hand to your hip. Right hand will come up to that thigh. Press yourself up to standing and heel toe. Back foot comes forward until you can step it to the top of the mat once again. You can set your props out of the way and take a walk to the back of your mat again. Let the feet go a little bit wider and reach those arms up. Exhale, hands to the tops of the thighs, bend into the knees. So this is your cat-cow, but in a high squat pose. So you're going to lift the tailbone behind you, the gaze out in front of you lifted. That's the inhale. And on the exhale, you're just going to tuck and round. You might even straighten a little bit more through the knees. So the inhale to bend, pull yourself forward, and then exhale to straighten and round. Continue with your breath. If one of these poses along the way feels really good, take a few breaths in that pose. Finish your final round. And pause back at center, straight arms. Let's take that right shoulder, let it fall towards center, look towards the left. Swap, left shoulder down, gaze towards the right. Look down. Let's come down to the elbows. Circle the wrists, take a fold. Look to the top of your mat, and let's return to your downward facing dog. Lower the knees down to your mat, and we're coming to sit. So sweep the legs towards the right, and just come and sit your way down. What we're going to do is let those legs open up to a V shape. You don't have to find your widest V shape, but just have a separation between the feet. Now, if you do have a block or something kind of prop, it's going to help for this next piece, but if you don't, I'll give you the options to use without one. So what we're going to do is work those deep abdominal muscles once again. So hands behind you and try to rock yourself so you're really sitting straight down on the pelvis, not scooping the pelvis under. Shoulders try to stack over the hips, but you might be leaning a little forward or back. That's fine. What I want you to do is try to get lighter on the fingertips and rest those hands on the thighs. You can stay here if there's a little further to go, hands to heart center. And if you want the extra challenge, arms reaching up overhead. So you can choose wherever you'd like to work with the arms, and you can also switch between them at any point. A simple seated pose, but working on the core stability. We'll continue breathing here. going to relax the arms behind you. Just kind of press your heart towards the ceiling, but tuck your chin towards your chest. Now we're going to take a hold of that left foot and bring it towards the right inner thigh. So if you've got that prop, it's going to be over by that right thigh. We're going to work on getting into this left side body. So if you've got your prop, your right elbow is down and the head can be rested in the hands. The left arm will reach all the way up and open. Now if you don't have a prop, you can just rest that right hand on the shin and reach that left arm up and over. And then come back to center. We'll swap sides. So that left leg will straighten. The right foot comes in. And you've got either a block for the elbow or you're resting that hand on the shin. Right arm is what's reaching up and open. And then you can come right back up. Right leg is going to straighten. You can give the knees a shake. And from here, we'll come into your rest. So laying down should be happening on your left side for your Shavasana. You can pull the knees in. So here's where if you have a pillow or a blanket, it's likely going to be a bit more comfortable than just laying flat on your mat. Let the knees drop over towards the left. You carefully walk yourself down to your side. You can rest on the left elbow and the right hand can be out in front of you. Now, if you've got props, you can use your pregnancy pillow or a pillow between the knees to support this outer hip. You could also straighten that left leg and bend that right knee, resting it on top of some sort of pillow or blocks of some sort. So again, laying on your left side. Take a moment, close the eyes, and find some moments of rest. a couple of deep breaths. Wiggle out the fingers and the toes. For a very brief moment, take a roll onto your back. Extend the arms overhead. Point the toes forward. Take a big breath. And then roll onto either side to help guide yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Your eyes may remain gently closed. Palms at heart center, Anjali Mudra, a mutual sign of gratitude, honor, and respect. Let's take a virtual breath together to end class. Inhale, fill your lungs up. And exhale, sigh it out. Thanks for sharing all of your virtual energy. Namaste. Thanks so much for sharing in this class with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your pregnancy. Send me some comments down below of things you'd like stretched for next class. Don't forget to subscribe, click the little bell button so that you are notified when my next prenatal classes come out. And feel free to snap a photo and tag me on Instagram. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.